The human body is designed in an amazing way. And it's actually designed just like all other living organisms on Earth, and that is it's designed cell by cell. So let's break that out. You're actually, from the organism, you've got the entire organism, then we break it down into organs, then we break it down into tissues, then those tissues are made of cells, and each cell requires certain things, certain building blocks, and certain nutrients so that it functions appropriately. Those cells, and you've got trillions of them in you, require certain nutrients so that they work appropriately. Now, think about that. Every cell in your body requires certain nutrients so that that cell works appropriately. If the cell isn't working appropriately, then the tissue doesn't work appropriately, the organ doesn't work appropriately, and the organism, you, doesn't work appropriately. Sometimes that's noticeable right away. Very rarely, however, is it noticeable right away. Lots of times we can fly under the radar with these deficiencies where we're not working at our best, but we don't have any idea that that's the case. Honestly, I think that is the most common thing in the American situation, is that we are all functioning from a deficient state, but we don't even know it. And from a supplementation standpoint, there are a set of supplements that I think are most important for you giving your cells everything that they need. Now, I'm always an advocate of getting your nutrients from food, and we'll talk about that in other videos. I have talked about that in other videos, but there are some things that are difficult to get in the diet or aren't supposed to come from the diet that we need to supplement with in order for us to have the healthiest, most vibrant cells and selves possible. All right, so let's talk about those things. They are vitamin D, vitamin C, fish oil, and probiotics. Now, vitamin D is a nutrient that's not necessarily designed to come from food. In fact, we can make vitamin D, but we only make it during a certain time of year here at the Iowa latitude, and we can only make it for a certain time of day during that period of time. So it's important that we know that supplementing is going to be necessary. So we've got liquid varieties of vitamin D, we've got capsule varieties of vitamin D here at Bright Futures Chiropractic. I encourage people to get their vitamin D tested. You need to have it over 40 to be able to be functioning as well as possible. Lots of research on that from grassrootshealth.net, who is the group that came up with, in 2019, they did a study and they found that when a person supplements with vitamin D, vitamin C, and fish oil, that they are 72% less likely to experience symptoms of cold or flu-like illness. Whoa, 72% less likely when you do these three things right here. Add probiotics to that and you've really got a gold mine. All right, so vitamin C, this is necessary for lots of reasons. It's commonly known as a booster for the immune system. What it really does is it's a great antioxidant. It also helps protect our cells from sugar, which downregulates our immune system. So vitamin C, very important. We carry this really nice powdered variety. We also carry a capsule for that. Now there's fish oil. Fish oil are 2 or 3 types of fat that you can't manufacture in your own body. In other words, they are essential fats. You have to ingest them. And every cell in your body needs these in the covering around the cell so that that cell works appropriately. Fish oil is, and still is, I think, the most important nutrient that I think people need to supplement with. Vitamin D is a very close second, but fish oil, we have it in a capsule, we have it in a liquid, and absolutely necessary. And people really notice differences with immune system function. They notice difference with joint achiness and muscle performance, along with oftentimes improvements in sleep and other things that people wouldn't associate necessarily with supplementing. And then there's probiotics. Probiotics are not necessarily a nutrient. This is an interesting supplement because we're actually ingesting bacteria and other beneficial microorganisms. The bacteria in your gut function as 70-ish% of the immune system signaling that your body does. The immune system identifies invaders through these bacteria in the gut, and that helps start your immune system response. It's an amazing combination, a relationship that we have with these guys. However, most of the time our American lifestyle diminishes the amount of good bacteria in our system, So supplementing with it is a really good idea, and it's absolutely necessary if you have had antibiotics at any time in the past and did not replenish with a good quality probiotic. All right, so there we go. Remember that research, 72% less likely to have symptoms from a cold or flu-like illness if you take vitamin D, vitamin C, and fish oil regularly. Add probiotics to that so your immune system is signaling as well as it can, and you will really, really ramp up your immune system game. I'm Dr. Chris Greer, Bright Futures Chiropractic. Make sure that your cells are working appropriately by having the nutrients that they need, giving it the movement that they need, the sleep they need, and having that nervous system signaling working well through good chiropractic care. And enjoy your day.